Transform one life, transform one nation is the vision of Shivaji College. I am pleased to introduce our speaker for the day, Ms. Akriti Khosla, a Mandala Art Therapy practitioner. Mandala Art Therapy is a form of psychotherapy in which trained therapist guides client through a variety of artistic procedures using geometric patterns in an effort to find or restore a sense of healthy mental balance. Ms. Akriti is a counseling psychologist, a mental health speaker, and a national executive trainer in art therapy. She is professionally trained in Mandala Art Therapy and emotional freedom technique. She is working on the motto to connect the world of art and people, so to bring them together and help them heal with multiple art forms like dance, art, mindfulness, etc. Now, I would like to request our convener, Dr. Ruchira Dhingra ma'am, to say a few words.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेबिनार में उपस्थित सभी सुधीजन, विभिन्न कॉलेजों से आए हुए हमारे अध्यापक एवं छात्र छात्राओं, आप सबका शिवाजी कॉलेज की राष्ट्रीय सेवा समिति की ओर से आयोजित इस वर्कशॉप में हृदय से स्वागत है, वंदन, अभिनंदन। मंडल एक समकेंद्रित आलेख है जिसका बौद्ध और हिंदू धर्म में आध्यात्मिक और धार्मिक महत्व हमें दिखाई देता है। यह शब्द हिंदू मूल का है और ऋग्वेद में काम के वर्गों के नाम के प्रमुख रूप में इसे प्रयोग किया जाता रहा है। वज्रयान बौद्ध धर्म की तिब्बती शाखा में मंडलों को बालूचित्रण में विकसित किया गया। मंडल अनुत्तर योग तंत्र ध्यान प्रथाओं का भी एक महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा है। हम अपने आसपास जो कुछ भी देखते हैं वह सभी ज्यामितीय आकृतियों से जुड़ा हुआ है। शरीर के छोटे से छोटे कोश एवं विस्तृत आर्यमंडल, इन सब में अगर हम ध्यान से देखें तो ये सभी किसी न किसी नियमों से बंधे हुए हैं। मंडल कला या मंडल आर्ट इन्हीं नियमों का एक परिष्कृत रूप है जिससे हमारा जीवन दर्शन पूर्ण रूपेण बदल जाता है। हमारे आसपास बिखरी वही चीजें जो हमें भटका देती हैं, वो एक नई ऊर्जा से परिपूर्ण कर देती हैं। ज्यामितीय आकारों से ब्रह्मांड को जोड़ने की यह अद्भुत कला जो हमारे अंतर्मन को आलोकित करती है, इसके माध्यम से हम अपने मन को विस्तार देते हैं, अपने आप को पहचानने के योग्य बनते हैं। आज हमारे मध्य मंडल आर्ट विशेषज्ञ सुश्री आकृति जी हैं। ये हमें मंडल किस प्रकार से बनाए जा सकते हैं, किस प्रकार से हम मंडल थेरेपी के माध्यम से अपने तनाव को मुक्त करके अपने आप को और अधिक विस्तृत कर सकते हैं, अपने आप को जान सकते हैं, इसके बारे में विशेष रूप से बताएंगे। आकृति जी, आपका शिवाजी परिवार में हृदय की अतल गहराइयों से स्वागत है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am. Participants are required to keep their video disabled and audio on mute throughout the event so as to avoid streaming errors. Also, keep checking the chat box for instructions, requests, and information during the event. We may communicate with the participants for important concerns during the event through the chat box. Also, kindly fill the feedback form circulated at the end of the event in the chat box. Also, in case of any misconduct, the participant responsible will be removed from the meeting. Now, without any further ado, I would like to welcome our guest, Ms. Akriti Khosla. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Gauri. And thank you, Ruchira ma'am. Thank you so much for having me here, everybody. And I welcome you all. Okay, so as ma'am already told about mandala therapy, a little she gave a gist. So we will discuss about mandala, what it is. But I will give you a very small description about it because it's going to be a fun workshop. It's a mindfulness thing, and of course, it's a relaxation thing for all of you. So just participate. I think it's for yourself, and you will get to learn a lot of things from this workshop today. And of course, though it's a relaxation thing, so you will get to know yourself better, I'm sure. And before I start with the mindfulness thing, of course, I'll start it later. I'll share a few things with you. What mandala therapy is, how does it work? So, mandala basically, when you create a mandala, just think that you are creating your own world. It's a world in that circle. You stand in the center of the circle and you're creating a world around because it's your thing. Of course, we can't create a real world and we can't take the control of everything in our hands. But when we create a mandala, it's an art therapy though. Of course, you get to know yourself better, right? So just imagine and create your own world. It's a safe place for you. Okay, try to feel secure, try to feel more safer, and just it's just your imagination thing where you find your peace, where you find everything positive around, and it's just your own world that you have created. So that's how we connect with mandala, because once you know when you start creating your mandala, that connect, that instant connect is required to know yourself better, to connect with yourself, with your soul better, in a better way. Mandala helps you release stress, helps you to reduce your anxiety. Mandala helps with for people with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, those who have undergone some traumas in life, past events, anything. So mandala helps to reduce that. Mandala finds helps you find your insight and know yourself in a much better way and feel positive about yourself. It gives you inner peace, of course, but once you get that deep connection with it. Mandala is kind of a psychotherapy, though. Of course, in psychotherapy, we give issues they are going, their interpersonal conflicts, their stress, their anxiety. I'm repeating it because it helps you reduce that stress and anxiety. It actually helps you reducing that because it's a kind of relaxation thing. So definitely your day to day stress, जैसे हम लोग को पूरा दिन में ऐसे इतना ज़्यादा stressors होते हैं, इतने ज़्यादा friends का stress. So these are just general stressors, right? So it helps you reduce that. And it is a form of psychotherapy. It is not different from that. It is a form of psychotherapy. And of course, we count it as a meditative thing, meditation thing. Though meditation requires your concentration, attention, and focus, so mandala increase your concentration, attention, distraction, because once you form that pattern, you keep doing that, you keep doing that. So it avoids distraction. The moment you just leave there and you look here and there while creating your mandala, so that tests your patience, and of course that creates a distraction itself. So make sure you find your connection first and then you can create your own world. Of course, we don't need any distractions or any negative energies. That is your world. You're creating your own thing. So you don't need any negativity in that, right? Second thing, mandala helps you overcome your fear. And of course, stress is the one of the thing, but fear. So as you must have heard that once you become fearless and life becomes limitless, there are no limits, there are no boundaries to that, right? So it helps you overcome all your fears because that connection is so deep that you tend to clear all the negative energies from your soul, and you uh, the ender try to just ask the positive energies or allow those energies to enter in your world and spread and give you that inner peace. So connection with yourself is the most important to learn that. And healing power of mandala is the best. Healing mandalas are for healing. Mostly you must have heard about it. The mandala heals you. That's why we use it as a therapy. So it heals you, it calms you, it relaxes you, and it just helps you to find what you are. When people say that be what you are, it's difficult for us to implement sometimes, right? Am I right? So it is difficult to find your own self, to know your own self. It takes us whole life to know yourself. What am I? What kind of person am I? What personality do I have? How do I perceive things? How do I think? What is my thinking pattern? Am I good to people? Am I bad to people? Am I negative? Am I positive? How do people are thinking? How do people take me? How do people would like how would I fit into people's groups or people's life? That's how we keep thinking about us. But once we know ourselves, that we know who we are, so the life would become easier for us. So definitely that world. And though, as ma'am said in my introduction also, that my main idea is to connect the outer world with art. So because art helps you express your unexpressed emotions, your repressed emotions as well. Though it's not easy for every person to express their emotions the way they want. Expressing of emotions is the basic and is the most important thing, because you won't be able to form relationships, or of course you won't get that inner peace until and unless you know about your emotions or you express it somewhere. So when you can't express something in words, then art helps you definitely in that. So mandala is one form of that. Of course, art therapy, it is a kind of art therapy. So art therapy definitely helps you in that, expressing your emotions, expressing yourself in a better way, in a more positive way. So I guess that's all about an introduction part. There are a lot of types of mandalas. So I will go deeper in that later on. But right now I want to share one video with all of you. Okay. So before that, I want everybody to just switch on their videos for a minute. Okay. Just switch on the videos for a minute. And I want a small introduction from people. I want to share that anything, if you know about mandala, so you can share it just one by one, because of course I won't be able to hear everybody together. Just one by one.
Hi, my name is Deepthi.
Hi Deepthi, welcome.
Thank you. I'm a psychologist,
Okay.
and I want to know about more about the art therapy, the mandala therapy. This is a very new thing to me. I haven't heard of it a lot, and there are very limited people who practice this. So probably that is the reason why I am here today to know
Okay.
about the whole concept.
Okay.
Thank you.
So whatever I have discussed right now, so was that clear to you, or
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
it helped you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So we are going to practice it, of course. We are going to make basic mandalas. The whole technique we are going to practice it. So
right.
today you are going to form your own mandala. So maybe
Okay.
that would help you better.
Let's
Okay.
let's see that.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
My name is Shaheen. I'm a counselor, and I'm very interested in art and art therapy and mandala therapy, so I attend.
Okay. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. Ma'am, actually, I don't know much about the mandala therapy, but
Mm-hmm.
after seeing the post, it attracts me a lot. And I finally decided to attend this and know, because art therapy, the word itself is a very meaningful word.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided to attend it, and I'm very curious to know about it.
All
Yes,
right,
and
ma'am. So that was a good decision of yours to
thank you
join
so
in
much
and
for
welcome you. And
such
of course, I'm
an
sure it's going to help you in some way.
yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I guess that's all. Anybody else want to say something or introduce themselves?
I'm Pratima. I'm also counselor.
Welcome, ma'am.
Uh, hi, welcome, thank you, and nice to meet you.
Same
ये
here, ma'am.
हाँ ये एक्चुअली मैं फर्स्ट टाइम ही सुन रही हूँ।
Mm-hmm.
और वो जो जैसे मैम ने बोला वैसे फर्स्ट टाइम वो देख के मुझे सही में बहुत अच्छा लगा। सो आई वांट टू ट्राई दैट। व्हाट अबाउट दैट? एंड आर्ट थेरेपी इज वेरी वेरी गुड थेरेपी for reducing stress and everything. That is why I'm joining that.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Thank you.
So I hope this workshop would help you.
Yes.
Hello, Akriti.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Yamini here. I'm from Bangalore, and I cannot
Your
enable my
video.
video.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of connectivity issues, so I do not want to. I might just leave the meeting if I enable the video. I hope it is
No,
fine
no,
with
it's
you.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I too am a psychologist and I've been practicing mandala since 3 years. Been taking up classes as well. When I saw another person doing the same, I thought I will, learn more from you. And I really love the fact that you have kept candles as materials. I'm very curious to know and looking
Yes,
forward to the
ma'am.
session, Akriti, and I'm very grateful for the college for organizing this. Congratulations to the college as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome, ma'am. Okay, so I guess everybody's done. Please put your mics on mute and videos off. So I'm going to share a video with you. So it's a shared experience of a woman that I came across. So I just share it quickly. Just give me a minute.
And to do drawings of hearts, and they were secret. It was maybe during that period of time that I began to get very tired, and pretty soon I couldn't work anymore. I laid around the house all the time. I was very depressed. I went to many doctors. A friend of mine drew a mandala for me. She said, "This is human touch." And it was. It was my colors. It was wonderful. And I said, I went to Carl Jung and found some things about mandalas that he had done. One day I was in my garden. I looked at a flower, and it dawned on me that that's a mandala. My whole body turned into a flower. That was my first thing to understand. At the time, of course, I was teaching. I was doing some art, so that was moving inside me. So that question I had always asked about what are you doing about your artwork is being answered. I was thinking, this is wonderful. I am home free now, and I'm out of bed, and I'm going forward, and I'm going to go on with my life. The day of the biopsy was 9/11, the 9/11. Biopsy was positive. I had breast cancer. It is hard to tell you the reaction I had. It was instant fear. It was paralyzing fear. And they need to go in and do an STD silence for breast. During the chemo, I began to have actually panic attacks that were just awful. I realized what the chemo was doing is all that I was holding down. The chemo, so all those feelings were flooding, and it was very, maybe a year after that, I was getting visions again, especially flowers or plants that could heal me. All the mandalas after chemo, they all started with tears. What is amazing is the beautiful things that would come out when they started so hard, so rough, so the emotions were so tough. The work was developing. It used to be when I first did mandalas, if I took longer than 2 hours, it was too long. But now, in order to do this, they were day after day after day. And I was developing an artistic style that surprised me. I made some prints, and pretty soon I sold my first one, and then my second. This is the second that I sold. Freedom from Fear, it's called. One of the very first mandalas that I did is this one that's kind of an Asian looking one, and a very, very interesting thing happened. My head opened up. There was that connection to the cosmos. I had this feeling of well-being, that everything in the universe was okay, and I heard a voice, an inner voice inside myself say, You know what to do. You know how to do it. Go teach. And I thought, how do I teach that so other people get it in that way too? Flow with it, have it easy. So that was my thought at the very beginning. Make it that way. Make mandalas easy. The book was written about that. First chapter is the first class. The second chapter is the second class. So the first thing I teach the first time is I give them 4 different watercolor washes, make it simple. We do the washes, then we do a mandala that's simple and easy, and let that flow, go inside yourself, see what comes out. That is basically the book. How to get started doing your flower mandala, your color wheel, your shadow mandala, your healing. Class I was teaching about a year ago, turns out that 5 of the 8 women that were in the class were breast cancer survivors. One of the women came up to me on the side and said, my cancer has metastasized. But she was very healthy, she looked great, she was already surviving longer than she was expected to. The woman came to another class of mine. She shared with everyone that she was feeling great, that she was off all of her medications and just doing mandalas, medications such as morphine. Not long ago, she landed in the hospital in intensive care. She's such a fighter, she's such a strong person. She came out of the hospital, and there was going to be some Tibetan monks making a sand mandala. And I called her and said, would you like to go? She said, yes, I would. I have arranged a wheelchair. I have arranged a driver to drive me, and I have arranged oxygen. How happy she was for being able to experience it. So her last wish came true, and it was about McDonald's. My heart is growing from McDonald's. My capacity to love is growing, especially capacity to love. So that's a wonderful feeling. I am very grateful for that feeling.
So anybody would like to share any comment on the video, or you got a clarity of the healing power of mandala? Anybody want to?
So what I connected during the video with was basically the colors, the power of the colors, and how the person was feeling came out in the movements of the strokes and the colors that were being used. So that was extremely, I don't know, I mean, as a person, it did touch me somewhere. Like there was a feeling in my stomach, and I ended up taking a deep breath just looking at it. So I'm looking forward to what I'll experience when we are actually doing it with you today.
Of course, that's great.
Thank you.
Okay, so the healing power, of course, you saw that. You know what? Every person is a fighter, is a hidden fighter, but that person has to know about that hidden, what is that power, that inside power. Everybody is a fighter, though that woman is also a fighter. She fought with breast cancer, and of course that healing power of mandala, she took that therapy. She, instead of taking other things for healing process, she took mandala art therapy, because art is actually a strongest medium of healing, right? So today we are also going to do the same thing. All right, so everybody is ready with their materials. Okay, before starting with the technique. So I want you to know few things. Take it very tightly. Do it with free mind. Don't think you are not an artist, so you won't be able to make it. You don't need artistic skills. Of course, you are going to create your own world. Think like that. You can do it in any way. I am just going to tell you a technique because it is for beginners who doesn't know how to start with mandala, right? As you saw in the video, you can do it with colors, you can do it with that, but if I'm telling you the techniques, you can follow it, of course, but I will not guide you the patterns. What are you going to make it? Because it's your world, and of course, I'm not going to tell you how you have to create it, right? Okay, so don't think like that. Oh, मेरी line इधर चली गई, मेरा pattern टेढ़ा हो गया. Don't think like that. Okay, this will not help. Okay, just stay focused. Just be yourself. All right. Okay. So starting, take your A4 sheets. So I'll share the technique with you. If you don't understand anything, just show me this. If it's good, then show me this. Okay. Great. All right. So let me show you few patterns first, and then I'll go with the technique. Can you see this? Can you all see this? Is it visible? Good. Okay. Okay, I'm removing this because I need to draw it on my sheet and show you the technique. Okay, I'll start with it. The moment you'll not understand, just unmute it and ask. Okay. Later on, we'll try to switch on the videos. Okay. Are you ready with your A4 sheets, all of you? So take a center point of your sheet, a center point. If you feel it comfortable with measuring with ruler, so you can make it 10.5 here and 10.5 here and with horizontal thing, or else you can just join the corners from here. Just take the center point and the lines should intersect like this, and it should be center. Everybody is done. Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, now take your compass. Now we are going to draw circles. Okay, can you see it? That's point on that intersection point, center point. Okay, and we'll start with smaller circle, like this much, smaller circle, right? We'll start with that, like this. If the circle is bigger, no problem. Done? Now you keep drawing the circles like this, but bigger one. Just half a centimeter bigger, and then draw another one. See, you have to see you are comfortable in making bigger patterns or smaller patterns. So if your circles are thin, then you have to make more patterns and more patterns, smaller patterns. Okay. Now, third circle, ½ inch. It's up to you. थोड़ा बड़ा करना उसको बड़ा कर लो, छोटा करना छोटा कर लो. That's up to you. A smaller circle, and if you want to make another small circles, you can make it. No problem. Okay. Smaller than this. That's up to you. This is my second circle. Okay, and with the little more gap, and this is my third circle.
How many circles are we supposed to draw?
Ma'am, that's up to you. You can use more circles. We have to cover the page. And this is one more circle. And I end my circle here. So I have drawn 5 circles. You can go for 6 circles. You can draw thinner than this. You can take more gap. Okay, so that's up to you. That's up to your pattern as well. I'll show you the pattern. You can make bigger patterns, you can make smaller patterns. So that's up to you. So I'll show you one. These are my circle and this is my pattern. These are already made. So different patterns. Okay, so it's your choice. So it's your choice whether you want to close the circle or you can just draw a design and leave it open. Okay, just draw a design like this and leave it open. Don't draw anything on the other circle. Okay, or whether you want to close it or usually we leave it open because as you know it's your world and it's healing and it's blooming. It's like a blooming flower. Like you started with your small circle that is you in the center, and of course this is your world around, right? So you keep yourself blooming. Have you seen a flower, a bud, how it blooms like this and this and this and this, and you don't close it? The petals are still open, right? It doesn't have any closed circle. So you can make like that, right? That's how you make your circles, and that's up to you how many circles you have to make. Totally. All right. So when you are done with the circles, just give me a thumbs up, then we'll discuss the pattern. Definitely, you can use colors, you can use paints, you can use anything. The ones you learn the technique, you can use anything in that because yeah, that's your own mandala. And you can do it shading in background and use different colors. You can just make it plain, single color, anything. Basic shapes. Okay, so you can copy it down. You have a pen or a notepad. You just copy down. I'm giving you 5 minutes to copy all the shapes. Okay, so these are the basic shape of mandala. Petals, long petals, drop petals as you can read, pointed petals, lines, dots and circle, triangles. Can you all see it clearly? Okay, so different shapes of mandala. These are a little complicated shapes, but don't be scared. When you start making your shapes, you can create your own as well. This is just an idea for you how to start it. Okay, so you can create your own shapes as well. So these are the basic shapes, the petals and the long petals, and the other one you can fill it also. You can color it also. So you can do it anyway. And I want you to make your 2-3 own shapes and put it in mandala. Just make sure one circle has only one pattern. Okay, it's not that one box that like one this block has one circle or the other one has triangle or the triangle. You can't make different other patterns because though we do it for attention and concentration, so the shapes, the different shapes in the same circle would distract you, so that you have to avoid it. All right, so we can make just simply make one pattern throughout, so that would help you increase your attention. Okay, you can take help from these patterns also. Are you able to see? So this is the last pattern I'm going to show because I have left the circle open. See the pattern. I've left it open like this. Okay. So you can do it like this also. It's not important to close the whole circle, right? So you can just simply leave like this or just put circles, and so you can leave it like this. Okay. Now leave your pens and papers and sit straight for some time. Okay. Now I'm not going to teach you anything. Okay. It's your mandala and it's completely up to you how you're going to make it. We are going to have, I guess, half an hour, maybe 1 hour, a mindfulness session. Okay, so that very time you are going to make your pattern. All right, clear? So I want all of you to please try to switch on your videos. Try to, please, and unmute yourself. Okay, so what you have to do is, I'm going to play a music. So first you have to light your candle and listen to that music. So that music will have that connection. You need to connect with that music before you start with your mandala thing. Just close your eyes, be in a comfortable position. Just relax your body for some time. Close your eyes, light your candles first. Candle is just a relaxation thing. Of course, we do candle therapy also. So it creates a positive aura. Okay, so it helps you in relaxation. So that's why I have merged candle and mandala. So it would help you more. Okay? Everyone is ready? I'm playing the music. No work, nothing. Just leave your pen, everything. Okay? Right. So I'm playing the music. Try to connect with that. The moment I tell you to open your eyes, don't look at the camera. Slowly, slowly start doing your mandala. Okay? Start creating it. Okay? It's okay if you don't get anything, just take the help of the patterns. It's okay, but you can't speak in between. All right? Nobody will speak in between. Okay, I'm playing the music. And later, the moment I'll ask you to open the eyes, don't look at the camera, don't see what everybody is doing or whatever. And please connect with your mandala the very moment. All right. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and try to connect with the music. Okay. So those who have not completed, it's okay. Those who have completed, great. So can I see? Oh, amazing. Amazing. Very nice. Beautiful. All of you. Beautiful. Nice. Great. Think so. You created so beautifully. All of you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
First
Very
time.
nice.
Wow.
Okay. And you can just fill it up, fill with colors and how, whatever you can. Share your experience. How was it? This half an hour, how was it?
And I practice art therapy, but it was a great experience rewinding it from an expert. And I feel that I can practice this in my therapy, ma'am. It was a really wonderful experience, and the candle therapy was combined with this. No, that was wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I'm glad, ma'am, it helped you a
Yeah.
lot. I'm really
Yeah.
glad.
It was really a wonderful experience. I really can't explain it in words. It was really very soothing. Though my child was coming and disturbing me in between, but still I was able to keep myself connected with this music and my this art and this candle. All of this did a wonderful job with me right now. And thank you for this experience, ma'am. I'm
My
really very
pleasure,
glad
ma'am. My
to have.
pleasure. Okay. So, anybody else want to share? Really nice. So beautiful. So, you have achieved something. So, for
Yeah.
once you thought you won't be able to do it, but now you did it actually. One thing I want to share with all of you, last thing. So this was a basic pattern that we have learned today. All right. So this was just a small technique, but it's not important in future if you make your own mandalas, if you create it. So it would be the same way, right? So it can be like this, okay? Like different circles, and you can create your own pattern now. Any design, okay? Are you able to see? I'm showing different patterns, okay? And one is like this one. It can be figure, animal figures, human figures. Okay, so you can just color it. Try to make your own pattern, any design, whichever you want, and you can just fill it with different colors. Okay, and the other pattern, which is a rectangle that I showed you before also. So you can make it like this. So obviously it will increase your patience as well. The more you make smaller patterns, the more it will increase your attention, concentration, and patience. Okay, are you able to see it? So the last pattern is this one. So I haven't completed it. So this is another pattern. So I just painted the background and tried to make different kind of mandalas here. And so it's not completed, but the colors are filled. So you can create it like this also. Mandala pattern is, of course, it's about a full circle, but we can create like this for a mindfulness thing. Like I did a mindfulness session with you, so we can create any patterns, whichever we want to like. Like we do it with abstract paintings, right? Strokes and all. I hope everybody is clear with everything, and if there is any question, so I can just answer that. Anybody has any question?
या आकृति एक बात पूछनी है कि जब
Yes,
हम
ma'am.
ड्रॉ करते हैं तो क्या लाइंस को एक दूसरे के बराबर होना ज़रूरी है? जैसे जब हम फ्री हैंड से बनाते हैं तो ज़रूरी नहीं होता कि लाइन बिल्कुल जो अगर हमने 5 लाइनें बनाई हैं तो 5 के बीच में गैप बराबर सा हो, तो क्या मंडला में ये ज़रूरी है कि गैप बराबर हो?
मैम हम लोग इसमें कोशिश करते हैं गैप्स, मतलब एक जैसे इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट आता है ना हमारा, इसीलिए हम लोग सेंटर पॉइंट लेते हैं. तो अगर हम पूरी परफेक्शन की बात करें तो एक परफेक्ट मंडाला तब बनता है जब हमारे पॉइंट सारे इंटरसेक्ट हो. बट यहाँ पे बात हम लोग सिर्फ परफेक्शन की नहीं कर सकते. इट्स ऑल अबाउट रिलैक्सिंग योर self, relaxing your mind. So if it's going, if the lines are not intersecting, if the pattern is not perfect, that is perfectly all right. अगर आपका लाइन इधर उधर थोड़ा टेढ़ा जा रहा है और पैटर्न थोड़ा हो गया, दैट्स ऑल राइट. सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी हमारे लिए रिलैक्सेशन होता है इसमें, जितना भी हीलिंग प्रोसेस होता है, इसीलिए हम लोग ये क्रिएट करते हैं इसको. कभी भी हम लोग ये देखते हैं, यहाँ पे आर्ट थेरेपिस्ट भी है मेरे साथ, उनको भी पता है अगर जब हम किसी से आर्ट क्रिएट करवाते हैं तो हम कभी भी उसमें परफेक्शन नहीं लेते हैं. हम उनको बोलते हैं वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू क्रिएट, जस्ट क्रिएट इट. हमें उनको कभी भी उनको टेक्निक्स नहीं बताते, ना ये बताते आप ये कलर यूज करो, आप ये कलर वो करो, आप ऐसे बनाओ लाइन. नेवर, वी डोंट गाइड दैट. सब आपके ऊपर है. इसमें हम लोग सिर्फ एक टेक्निक है, बिकॉज यू आर बिगनर्स, तो हम लोग सिर्फ एक टेक्निक है, हम लोग इसको ऐसे मेजरमेंट के साथ इसको बना सकते हैं. बट मैंने ये पहले भी कहा था, इसको परफेक्शन रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, बट एक्चुअली सबने एकदम परफेक्टली क्रिएट करा है यहाँ पे, तो आई अप्रिशिएट दैट रियली. मंडाला में भी कंसंट्रेशन एंड टेंशन रिक्वायर्ड होती है. So whether you do it with dots, whether you make patterns, whether you just use paint strokes, and whether you just use strokes and colors, so it's the same thing.
How do you introduce this to the clients? Is it during the session or outside the session you will ask the client to draw, draw the mandala?
Ma'am, it's during the session. I
During
give
this.
them the technique, but it's not important to give them the technique. We use only color filling also for relaxation thing. So I can suggest you a pattern. You can just take out a printout. If you don't want to create a pattern, you can just take a printout and you can just fill colors according to your comfort. You can just fill different colors with music and with candles. Because I do it with candles, so I will suggest you that. So you can just fill colors in that pattern, and it helps you in the relaxation thing. And most of the time I do it with my clients, only the color filling thing, because it's we don't have much time to create the whole pattern thing. I do it with color filling. So I even have a book. I can suggest you the mindfulness book and even mandala book. So I can share it with you on WhatsApp group also.
Okay.
So a few names of books. So you can refer to that, and you can just do the coloring, color filling, and do it with different paints and different colors, different tools.
Question.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
about the client's response? I mean, what I have learned is females usually respond to this, but male clients, they are not very, they don't show much interest in this. What do you think?
Ma'am, I think yes, of course, it's hard for them to, but we cannot differentiate, because I have dealt with a lot of clients, both male and female. So their response was quite good, because before starting with it, I have to give a gist about what we are going to do. So of course, before starting with it, that's why I asked you to connect with the music, right? And you just have to draw and draw and draw. As I told you, usually use paints and color filling with them, not the pattern, not the drawing, of course. But if they want to draw, so I just give them the paper and start drawing the lines and normal patterns with them. But usually I give them the one ready-made mandala or printed mandala to just fill colors. The response is good.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would like to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm from Pune, Krishita Bafna.
Welcome.
And I am an artist, but till now, like I never put much thought to it. I used to just draw it because I liked it. But today I put some thought into it, like you said, to think about yourself and create a universe. Like you're the center and what's the universe around you. So I did that today. And I don't know how, but it came to my mind. And I had my inspiration from Mahabharat actually. Like I've been watching it recently and I have been loving it. And since I have been watching, I had this inspiration. Like in Mahabharat, they show it, it's all about dharma. And I had my inspiration as dharma. And so I started with this center as I drew 5 petals indicating 5 points of dharma, and accordingly I drew the outer things, thinking of the 5 Pandavas, like this layer, it's about Bhim. So Bhim, I thought of representing something strong, so I drew like big circles, and then accordingly, and then I have like drawn the entire pattern.
Amazing, amazing. Because you had that connection with the Mahabharata things that time, and you were trying to create that when you were thinking of that. So that's why you created the whole thing. It's not important to always she has created it. It's okay. So I guess here we come to an end, and
I, Dr. Pallavi Agarwal, on behalf of the entire NSS team, would like to thank our speaker, Ms. Akriti Khosla, for taking her precious time out and telling us about the amazing Mandala art therapy. The session was really thoughtful and enriching. I thank our respected principal, sir, Dr. Shiv Kumar Sahdev, who has been a constant support and gave us a lot of encouragement. Thank you, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to NSS convener, Dr. Ruchira Dhingra, for her abounding motivation, guidance, and support. Thank you, ma'am. Last but not least, I thank all the attendees for showing their interest in the program and making this event a success. I once again thanks everyone for making this program successful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here. Thank you so much. It was a great session indeed. And thank you for all the participants.